babes, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Shani here. I know I've been gone for 2 years, but I'm back now. I'm back and I'm better. Before we get into details, if you make it to the end of this video, I would like for you to like, comment, and subscribe. But most importantly, I really want you to comment. Like, if you have experience in ectopic pregnancy or anything, you know, like life-threatening, comment below. Like, let me know, like, how did you get through it? How was your journey? Because my journey was crazy. Let's just go on and get into it. If you don't know, an ectopic pregnancy are pregnancies that your baby doesn't make it inside your uterus. I am married. I do have one kid. She is 10. So these pregnancies, they really weren't planned at all. You just have fun. My very first ectopic pregnancy was in October of 2022. My second visit to the hospital is when I found out that I was pregnant with an ectopic pregnancy. Y'all, didn't know nothing about an ectopic pregnancy until it happened to me. Okay, I didn't know anything. I was so lost, so confused. That was just all of the above. They give you two options when you have ectopic pregnancy. You can have surgery or you can do the methotrexate. Both options are bad. They're not good options. The surgery, you can lose a tube, which is something nobody wants to doggone do. And they tell you, you know, the surgery is life-threatening. And of course, after you told me that the surgery is life-threatening, why would I be like, oh yeah, God, give me surgery? No. Give me the methotrexate. And so with the methotrexate, it's just some injections, but the injections, they take 6 to 8 weeks for you to miscarry. I'm like, dang. Jesus. Shit, I'm like, I'm already losing the baby. It is all is. So my first pregnancy, my first ectopic pregnancy, the methotrexate didn't work for me. I had to get 2 doses, which kept me out of work for 2 months. Because, like I said, it takes 6 to 8 weeks for you to miscarry. So, I'm just like, really like, fast forward to 2023, June. I found out I was pregnant right after my anniversary. Yeah, I was so happy. I really was happy this time. I was happy. But I still was kind of like, man, like I was like, I hope it's not ectopic. You know what I'm saying? Because I had not really experienced it. I went through it. I don't want to go through it again. I was just telling myself, Lord have mercy, not again. Okay? This pregnancy was so different. I wasn't in pain until like a week and a half later, I want to say. I started like feeling the pain, and guess what? I felt the pain at work. I was at work and I felt the pain. The pain was so bad. I had to, I worked for the postal service. So I could not finish my route. I couldn't start my route. I thought I couldn't. I don't know what was going on. I had to call my boss, and she had to literally drive me to the hospital. Could not drive. I couldn't do nothing. Like, I just brought all the mail back. I just was like, what is going on? This cannot be happening again. The pain lasted for a good 2 hours. My manager ended up dropping me off to the emergency room. Get to the emergency room, and all I'm praying, girl, I am praying. I'm like, Lord, I hope it's not the same thing. I don't want to go through this no more. I'm tired. I can't go through this, Lord. I just can't, okay? Get to the hospital. They give me a Tylenol, okay? A Tylenol. And so, Tylenol kicks in. I'm good. I'm like, oh, ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm good. You know, I'm great. Don't feel the pain no more. They do an ultrasound. They take your blood. They figure out everything, you know, what's going on, confirm you're pregnant and this and that. One of the doctors in the emergency room came back. Oh, nothing is wrong with you. Everything looks beautiful. Blood work came back perfect. You have nothing to worry about. And she read my chart, so she know. And I had already told her, you know, I've had an ectopic already, so I was afraid that this one was an ectopic because of the pain. And so I mean, she had me hyped up. I'm like, girl, you mean to tell me, you know, I don't got no worries this time? Like, I'm good, I'm great. Fast forward, y'all. I had been to the emergency room 5 times. Not kidding you. I had been 5 times, okay? Because it just wasn't normal pain. I'm like, y'all, this not right. I keep coming here to the emergency room and y'all keep telling me the same thing. Like, back and forth. Like, they not seeing nothing. Like, nobody is seeing nothing. Like, I didn't saw 3 doctors at this point. No doctors saw ectopic. Not one, okay? After the doctor had, you know, gave me all the good news at the time. She gave me all the good news at the time, and I'm like, I have to do a follow-up in 48 hours. Okay. I kid you not, I had no pain after that. Was doing great. Nothing was wrong with me. Like, nothing. I was going to work. Everything was all good. So I thought. Go to the hospital after work that Saturday. Kid you not, I was at the hospital for like 6 hours. And I knew something was wrong. I'm like, I just came for a follow-up, you know, to make sure nothing is, you know, that she said it was a normal pregnancy. I'm talking about, I remember because it was my husband's grandmother's birthday, and, you know, I had told him he didn't have to come because it was just a follow-up and everything was all good. And so, girl was there for 6 hours. She brought me to a room. A little room, just me, and the computer. She walked in and she said, I'm so sorry. It looks like it can be another ectopic. And now I'm like, girl, what? I couldn't say anything. I was really speechless because I was asking her, I'm like, when I could really get my words out together, because I'm telling y'all they were minimum. She's explained to me, she's like, you know, it's 2 options when something like this occurs. And I know you've already had one before. So, and she was like, we don't want to rule out that it's not ectopic, but at the same time, we don't want to give, you hopes or whatever. So we recommend that you get the surgery or the methotrexate. So I'm like, when she said that, I'm like, so it's not 100%? And she was like, well, nothing is 100%. Well, I'm like, it's not 99? Because I'm furious now, because you the same doctor that came in here. You know what I'm saying? You the same doctor that was like, everything's so beautiful. You like, your blood work is perfect. Like, you have no worries. Not you, that same doctor, telling me it's a possibility that it could be ectopic. So you want me to just go ahead on and decide my decision right now if I want surgery or methotrexate? Not gonna happen. I needed some time. Like, I was in their room for a good hour, 20 minutes. Like, they came back maybe 4 times. Because after she had told me that, I was in a daze. It was like my heart had dropped. Like, really dropped. I couldn't decide. I really couldn't decide that day. I just didn't know what to do. I didn't even want to call my husband. I was like, I'm not gonna call him and try to get his decision on what to do. Cause there's no way I'm about to do surgery anyway. Like, no way. No way. She was like, the doctor was like, we can call, you know, the surgery doctor in. They're willing to come in and do it right now. So no, I didn't make a decision that day. I didn't. I ended up leaving. They was like, they wanted to sign some paper because I wanted to go. But I wanted to go home and think about my decision because I just couldn't make it that day. I couldn't make it that night. And so I had to sign a paper saying that I turned down, you know, they surgery or whatever. They basically, if something was to happen, they didn't want to be at fault while I was at home. So yeah, no. After I signed the paper, they hurried up and called me. I was getting ready to leave. I had finally got up. It literally took me like an hour and a half. But I had finally got up. And they hurried up. Before I walked out, they hurried up and called me to the back. And girl, at this point, I'm like, you know, like, what? So they did not want me to leave the hospital, like, because they had recommended that I do the surgery or the methotrexate, and I couldn't decide at the moment. I knew my blood pressure probably was to the roof, y'all. Like, I literally cried because I'm like, no way. Like, no freaking way. Person, the doctor who wanted to do the surgery that day was like, well, since I wasn't having any bleeding or any pains, you know, I could wait to talk to my OBGYN to see what she says. To see, because she would be the one to do the surgery on me. I said, okay, cool, you know. And I'm praying, you know, I'm like, Lord, I hope I have no pains or whatever during the time I'm out. Like, y'all, this doctor had given me so much hope. I'm talking about, she had me geeked up because she really had me like you had me thinking I'm about to have a baby. Had me all excited. I was excited for this child. I was really excited. I was so excited, y'all. I ended up doing a announcement on Instagram. And I had did it off Etsy. I had ordered some off Etsy, and I did like an announcement because the doctor had already confirmed that it was a normal pregnancy. So I'm like, girl, you know, I get to have this baby. Excited. Let's take it to that next week. Okay. My weekend was ruined. It was nothing else that I really wanted to do. Like, nothing. I made it home. And I just laid down the entire time until it was time for me to go back to the hospital because all I could think about was like, oh, you know, I gotta go do this again. I'm in pain the entire time. They doing the test. They doing everything. I'm in pain. Can't walk. Can't do nothing. They gotta wheelchair me everywhere because I really couldn't walk. Okay, so we here now. It's Tuesday again. And I didn't have pain that Friday, that Saturday, that Sunday, that Monday. I didn't have pain. I ended up having pain on Tuesday. Tuesday morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, I ended up having, the pain was just like, what the hell? And I'm like, I already know, you know what it is. I know what I gotta do, and I was already going to the hospital anyway. So we get to the hospital, me and my husband, the doctors do the test again because I came in with pain. It wasn't, I was going to see my OBGYN at the time because I think I had an appointment for her later that day, but I couldn't wait till late. It had to be that morning. So I came in with pain. And I had came in with pain. And it was another doctor, that's what it was. It was another doctor. This was a man. This was a man. He knew what he was doing. Came in and told me, because it was the same procedure that you do when you go into the hospital. You do They do blood work, they do ultrasound, and they do also do a vaginal ultrasound. I like this man here. This man here, he knew exactly what he was looking at. All my results had came back. And I had already knew, I already knew what it was. So I already knew out back I wanted surgery. But before we got to that point, he came and he explained to me, he was like, yeah, we do see where some fluid has reached my tube, I think. My uterus, some fluid had reached it. And it was like, I think it was something about the size of it. It was like, it wasn't big. It was like maybe it's big as a grape, I want to say. When he was explaining it to me, I was listening, but, I was like, it was like we already went through the process, so I already know what to do. And so I was like, I just want surgery. I don't really want to hear, about it. Just give me surgery. So he couldn't just give me the surgery. He had to talk to my OBGYN to see, because she would be the one to do the surgery. And, it still was whatever I wanted to at the same time. And, baby, I wanted surgery. The methotrexate, I didn't tell y'all that when you get the methotrexate, you can't be like in sunlight for 7 days. You already going crazy inside. I can't even go outside get no sun. Here she come rolling downstairs, my doctor. Hey, girl. Hey. Yeah, it's another ectopic. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And it asked me what side my ectopic was on. My last pregnancy, and it was on my left side. So this pregnancy, my second pregnancy, it was on my right side. And so, and I also did ask the question, why does it keep happening to me? But they don't know why. They can't give you a reason why that happens. I guess it just happens. But she came in there and she was like, she telling me, because, we really already been through this. So before she could get really everything out how she wanted, I'm like, I want surgery. So she was like, well, it's not ruptured, it's not bleeding. You don't have to really do the surgery or whatever. You don't need it. Like, we can do the methotrexate. And I'm looking like, no, I want surgery. She trying to tell me all this stuff, about what I'm not doing. It's tiny. It's not really much. You would do better with the methotrexate. And I'm looking like, but I don't like the methotrexate. Like, it's too much. I have to come to the hospital every week, get my blood drawn. Like, I'm tired of that. Like, I was so tired. I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want that. It's too much. It was just too much. I'm like, you can't go outside in the sun. It's just too much. Like, give me the surgery. And a manipulative conversation towards the ending, because I'm still in my mind, surgery. My husband over there, we both saying the same thing. And so she kept saying methotrexate, and I'm like, Lord, she the doctor, she know better. And I'm guessing, and I had said, and she knew. I said, the methotrexate didn't work the first time. You had to give me 2 doses. And she's like, yeah, you gotta do the same thing again. I was like really begging for the surgery. I was begging for the surgery. I was begging for the surgery, okay? And I said, yeah, I'm like, she a doctor, she know better. Let me just go ahead on and get the methotrexate. Lord knows I didn't want it. So the methotrexate got it. Fast forward, get home. Because I'm mad. I'm really mad, for real. The pain, when I tell y'all the pain would not stop, the pain would not stop. was literally on my deathbed. We made it to the hospital. I had to get in a wheelchair. I could not walk. Like, the pain was, they had to hurry up and bring me to the back. It was really that bad. Like, it was that bad. But they still have to do them same tests on me. They still gotta do the ultrasound. They still gotta run my blood, draw my blood. They still gotta do them same tests on me. They knew I had did the methotrexate that Tuesday. And I said, yeah, I did the methotrexate Tuesday. Everybody knew it was an ectopic pregnancy when I came in, and I had made sure I told them that I had already had 2 doses of it. You know, not doing no methotrexate again. That Friday, I was on my deathbed. Because come to find out, my tube ended up rupturing and blood ended up being in my stomach, which caused me to have emergency surgery. After I told my OBGYN on that Tuesday that I wanted the surgery that Tuesday, my tube ruptured that Friday. And I caught it in enough time because the blood was literally floating in my stomach. Girl, when I tell y'all, I just, it was like my heart had like, my bad. It was like my heart dropped instantly. Cause I'm like, I told her to give me the surgery on Tuesday. Now, I could have died Friday. So I'm like, girl, no, you lying. Now, this surgery is just different. The aftermath is different. You are literally in pain. Like, you're not you. Me, I'm not me. I'm not me at all. Hey, babes. Guess what? It's another day. It's Saturday morning, I think. But I didn't realize that my story was going to be a 2-part story. So we're going to have part 2. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Come back for part 2 because it's coming soon.